Hello YouTube! We are on the Real Programming channel. It is about HTML and CSS. My name is Andrei. This is our 43 lesson. I greet you. We will talk about bullet points at the final chapter. About getting started with CSS. Let's go! CSS contains simple statements called rules. Each rule provides the style for a selection of HTML elements. A typical rule consists of a selector along with one or more properties and values. The selector specifies which elements the rule applies to. Each property declaration ends with a semicolon. All properties and values in a rule go between brackets. You can select any element using its name as a selector. By separating element names with commas, you can select multiple elements at once. One of the easiest ways to include a style in HTML is style tag. For HTML and for sites of any complexity, you should link to an external style sheet. The link element is used to include an external style sheet. Many properties are inherited. For instance, if a property that is inherited is the set for the body element, all the body's child elements will inherit it. You can always override properties that are inherited by creating a more specific rule for the element you'd like to change. Use the class attribute to add elements to a class. Use a dot between the element name and the class name to select a specific element in that class. Use .class name to select any elements that belong to the class. You can specify that an elements belong to more than one class by placing multiple class names is a class attribute with spaces between the names. You can validate your CSS using the W3C validator at the jigsaw.w3.org CSS validator. HTML cross. Here are some clues with mental twists and turns that will help you burn alternative routes to CSS right into your brain. Markup magnet solution. Remember drawing the hierarchy diagram of HTML elements in chapter 3. You did that again for the Long's main page. Here's our solution. Okay. The selected elements are colored. Next, sharpen your pencil or sheet of paper. Solution. Your turn add two classes, Raspberry and Blueberry, to the correct paragraphs in HTML and then write the styles to color the text blue or purple respectively. The property value for Raspberry is blue and for Blueberry is purple. And the code. Blueberry, Raspberry, here. And next, exercise solution. Who gets the inheritance? Sniff sniff, the body element has gone to that great browser in the sky. But he left behind a lot of descendants and a big inheritance of color green. Below, you'll find his family tree. Mark all the descendants that inherit the body elements color green. Don't forget to look at the CSS below first. Here's our solution. H1 and H2 get the inheritance because they don't have a color property, so they inherit their color from body. Lucky them. There are no CSS rules for Blackwater, so Blackwater also inherits its color from body. But since P overrides the color to black, the black water color won't matter. This one yam is fortunate to be a child of H2, which inherits the body color, since there is no yam rule overriding the color with its own property. This yam inherits body's color. Unfortunately, for these yam elements, they are children of parents that override the body color, the P element, so they don't get any color inheritance from body. And these poor elements are also children of P, so they don't inherit the body color either. Image is a child of P, so image doesn't inherit the color from body. Image wouldn't get a color inheritance anyway. Poor guy. Beat the browser's solution. Below you find that CSS file with some errors in it. Your job was to play like your browser and locate all the errors. Did you find them all? So, look on Sublime Text. I will show you solution for this. Let's say. So, no HTML in your CSS. It's the first error. The style text are HTML and don't work in a CSS style sheet. Missing semicolon. Missing brackets. Close brackets. Extra comma. Missing property name and colon. Missing property value and semicolon. Using the HTML tag instead of just the element name. This should be yam. No slash style text needed in the CSS. And size solution next. In your Elixir HTML file, change the idea paragraph to include all these classes like this. It's purple because the blueberry rule is lost in the CSS file. Save and reload. What color is your green tier color paragraph now? Next, reorder the classes in your HTML. Purple. It is still purple because the override of the names in the class attribute doesn't matter. Next, open your CSS file and move the P green tier rule to the bottom on the file, green. Now it's green because the green tier rule comes last in the CSS file. Save and reload. What color is the green tier color paragraph now? Finally, move the P raspberry rule to the bottom of the file. Save and reload. What color is the green tier color paragraph now? Blue. Now it's blue because the raspberry rule comes last in the CSS file. After you'll finish it, rewrite the green tier element to look like it did originally. Save and reload. What color is the green tier color paragraph now? Okay. Now the P element only belongs to one class, so we use the most specific rule, which is P green tier. And HTML cross solution. And chapter 8, styling with fonts and colors, expanding your vocabulary. We'll talk about this in the next lesson, and that's our 43 lesson over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, put likes, please share with friends, comment, eat bananas, chocolate and nuts, drink more water for the effective work of our brains. Bye.